The audacity of this company to do a 20% price increase in the last 2 years after the removal of the comment section, halting of their free tier for watchers of anime less than a month ago, to the downgraded subtitles and typesetting on their site that literally had massive content creators that even work for Crunchyroll calling them out. Then you have the investigation and violation agreements with their vendor for using AI subtitles. That's just a small fraction of some of the controversies that Crunchyroll have gotten themselves into just in the last year. Look, this is 7 months ago, this is 4 months ago, this is literally a month ago, and this was at the beginning of last year. It's very obvious that Crunchyroll is increasing these prices out of corpo greed, but also most likely because they're losing subscriptions. They are losing support. And I want to point out something first of all. Back in 2024, Crunchyroll announced that they were going to be increasing prices for their Mega and Ultimate fans, with upgraded benefits and more anime. You can see this when this was posted. This is on Crunchyroll's official site, and I'm willing to bet if this video gains more traction, they probably will delete this post in the future. But let's point this out for a second. So, back in 2024, before they did all of this, by the way, and they already had a lot of controversies under their belt, by the way. They already had, like, localization issues, some subtitle issues, delay issues, and stuff, but this was before they removed their comment section and everything. But they increased their prices from, in the Mega tier, from $9.99 a month to $11.99 a month. It was basically a whole dollar jump. It was actually a massive increase, actually a $2 jump now that I think about it. Yeah, no, I can't math real quick. They had a $2 jump, but then for the Ultimate Fan tier, they went from $14.99 a month to also $15.99 a month. Now, I would like to remind you guys, this was back in 2024, before all this stuff happened literally last year. And so this company that has been riddled with a lot of controversy and a lot of drama and getting even called out by some of their biggest supporters decided to increase their prices again. Now, let's be honest here. Every subscription service increases their prices. Netflix is a very good example of this. But here's the thing. Crunchyroll has done nothing in the last year that warrants this in terms of making this worth the price. And the reason why I say that is because they have done a very poor job with their marketing with a lot of anime. They have straight up done a massive disservice to people that used to have orders on Right Stuff that got joined into the Crunchyroll store. There's a lot of controversy around that, and you probably have heard about it if you use Crunchyroll store to buy any form of merchandise. They cancel orders randomly, they won't restock things. There's a lot of problems there. Crunchyroll as a service has degraded considerably. They were always bad, but they have gotten fundamentally worse in the last year and a half, and it's only getting worse with time. I feel like one of the biggest tipping points where this all began was when they decided to remove comments over a year ago. And for those that need a rundown on why this even happened to begin with, there was a random anime episode that came out that was not really a popular anime. Like, it was, people talked about it when it was coming out, but it wasn't really a well-known anime. I don't think a lot of people even remember the anime series. Hell, I can't even remember it. It was just that long ago, but also such a irrelevant anime in the conversation. The point of the matter is that the anime had a comment section, and people started to get upset in the comment section, and there was like a dispute in the comment section, people getting angry. And so, because of one episode on this one anime that wasn't even like a big anime, they shut down the comment section, not just on that episode or the series, but their entire site. So, to put this in perspective, Crunchyroll as a site, they have thousands of episodes. Like, just One Piece alone has 1,000+ episodes. But we're talking thousands of different anime, so thousands upon thousands of episodes on their site that had their comment section removed over one anime episode with a little bit of controversy on one single comment section. That's insane. It was very obvious that Crunchyroll wanted any form of excuse to completely silence their community and remove the comment section. That is the big reason why they did it, and everyone saw what they did. And it's very fascinating, once they made this move, all this type of stuff started to happen right after, where people can no longer really call them out on the episodes, call them out that there's no translations, call them out that the subtitles are wrong. They remove the comment section, and then suddenly all this stuff starts to happen. And it's like, thankfully there's the internet, thankfully you have, like, you know, social media, you have YouTube, where people can still report on this and talk about it, but Crunchyroll did not want to see this in their comment section. They did not want to hear your voice whatsoever. And so to get to the the main meat and potatoes of this conversation, Crunchyroll has done nothing that is worthy of increasing their prices at all. They have, in fact, less features than they did in 2024. And so, in fact, they should be lowering the price down instead of raising the price, because you do not have the exact same features, and the way they use even their store for their marketing and all that is absolutely atrocious. There was literally, like, drama about this, like, a day and a half ago. Like, let me pull it up. So this right here just happened a few days ago on January 27th, as you can see, but Manga Alert reported on Crunchyroll now canceling orders and stuff and offering a 20% off coupon on their shop, and they basically walked back on their promise to fulfill back orders for Right Stuf products. So, for those that don't recall, Right Stuf got consumed by Crunchyroll because Sony bought them out, and so Right Stuf's store was consumed in the Crunchyroll store, and those that had any orders on their store was in turn given over to Crunchyroll. And Crunchyroll promised when they consume Right Stuf that they would honor these orders and stuff, these backlogs, but it's very obvious they have not, they will not, and now they're canceling those orders kind of silently and just giving you a 20% coupon off. And then this is affecting multiple different titles and stuff, and you know, Manga Alerts kind of goes over this on why this is an issue and all that, and you can pause the video to read this if you want. But the point of the matter is that Crunchyroll as a service is just been bad on all fronts, to their store, to their subtitles, to their translations, to forcing politics into things. They have just been fundamentally a net negative for the anime industry. And here's the bigger thing about this whole situation that really, like, irks me. It's the fact that Crunchyroll thinks they can get away with this. And in turn, they kind of can. And you want to know why they can get away with this? It's not because the fans are just supporting them, but they are the only legal option for anime. Thus is the problem with a monopoly. Yeah, you have Netflix. Yeah. But the thing here is that Crunchyroll does have a majority of anime on their platform, and anyone trying to deny that is lying to themselves. They do. They have most of the catalog. Now, they don't have every anime in existence, but they have a freaking massive catalog. And that's the issue here, is that you have one corporation that basically controls majority of the anime flow into the West, and so the only way to legally support these series is by using their service that is fundamentally getting worse. So this is the problem with a monopoly, is that this company does not need to improve, they don't need to be better, they don't need to have a better product or service, because if they have no competition, why do they need to be better? Because here's the reason why people use Crunchyroll. I'm just going to be honest. Convenience. That's true. People use Crunchyroll out of convenience because they don't want to deal with ads, viruses, or having to worry about their favorite site getting taken down by copyright takedowns. I mean, the recent example with like Bato is one. You know how that manga site got taken down. Obviously, people don't want to have to worry about that and deal with that. So out of convenience, people will pay for the Crunchyroll subscription just to not have to deal with that. But the problem here is Crunchyroll's product is very bad. And it's getting worse. Everybody sees it. Even their biggest supporters are seeing it. And the industry is seeing it. And I've even had a few people that are insiders that have told me that a lot of people within the industry does not like Crunchyroll as well. But there's not really much that can be done because of how much control they have. It's just bad. It's really bad. I'll leave it at that, though. I just wanted to talk about this. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And please leave a like on the video. It helps me out a lot, especially in these very stressful times. I mean, if you know, you know. If you watched yesterday's video, you know why it's some stressful times. But, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Chibi out.